So this is about the full moon happening close to Mauna Kea in the Hawaiian Kingdom. And this full moon will be very, very intense and also probably very beautiful for many people. We have here this conjunction between Pluto and Sun in the last little bit of Capricorn, the coldest and hardest earth sign. And we have this wonderful 120 degree angle to the so-called ascendant. And right here in conjunction is the karmic aim of that day. So I'm making this video for all those who are doing a special moon meditations at full moon and new moon in order to be able to manifest better what are our goals. And our goals should be to protect our Earth Mother as best as we can, and doing it together. So here we have this interesting formation that I call the achievement rectangle. And it is something like where one can go around politely some very sharp oppositions so that one stays in harmony, but one has to keep in mind that they're very strong oppositions. And of course, at full moon, there's the opposition to moon. And this happens here in the 9th house, and that is equivalent to Sagittarius, and it is the domain of philosophy and of developing ideals. And that is opposed to moon in the 3rd house, where it is about fact learning. And also Capricorn, where the sun is, that is a domain of the public, of career, and of all of this. While the opposite sign, Cancer, that's about family, that's mother and child. And we have the moon here, and that's where the moon feels best, in Cancer. That's where the moon is at home. This is the mother sign, so we have this opposition here. And I mean, that happens every full moon, that one has this opposition between sun and moon, otherwise the moon wouldn't be full. But we also have Pluto. So there again we have a very sharp opposition between patriarchy and matriarchy here that we now have to learn to balance. Yeah. And then we have this other opposition here, of course, between the ascendant and the descendant. That's always an opposition, of course, but we have, as at every full moon, we have the part of fortune where best is karma worked off at the descendant, which is the point of the you, of the partner. This is the I here, and this is you. I and Thou is a very beautiful book by Martin Buber. I would recommend people to read that one of these days. And so here we have the karmic aim is now in Taurus, the earth sign. So the karmic aim moves anti-clockwise. No, clockwise. Sorry, clockwise. So it has been in Gemini for the longest time, and there it was about explaining what we want. But here it is about really acting. Like this would be like talking about planting trees, and this is about actually doing the planting. And then in the opposition here, we have this part of fortune, and it's in the beginning of Scorpio. And Scorpio is actually the domain of what people call magic. And there is this differentiation between so-called black magic and white magic, terms that I find like offensively racist. Um, but I have been talking before that this is the time we need to learn about these things, because then we know how we are actually manipulated by this kind of harmful magic and how it is perpetrated on us. We have to learn this. And so this is one more indication that we should do that, not only at the 17th when the full moon happens, but uh, uh, most of the time, because it is the actual nature science that is way more effective than what is called nature science now. And so we have this 60-degree angle to this point from Sun and Pluto, which makes that very accessible. And then here we have Venus in the eighth house, and the eighth house is equivalent to Scorpio. So here we have a beautiful 120-degree angle to Uranus in the 12th house and in Taurus. So the 12th house is equivalent to Pisces. Pisces is the last of all zodiac signs. Here is the first, the Aries, and so the 12th house is equivalent to this last house, and it's the place of working of karma. Yeah, to understand our karma, to look into the past and see how what is happening now in our life is actually related to things that happened before, and how we can handle that. So here we have Uranus, and Uranus always stands for very fast and surprising developments. So there could be somewhere, maybe not here in Hawaii, but somewhere there could be at that particular time some kind of upheaval, earthquakes or so. Um, but here we can also look at our relationships, um, how we relate to the others that are working at the same line of work with us, and how we can support each other. That should be practiced very much these days, instead of the old one-man up ship and sorry, I'm missing the word. I don't like even the word competition. Yeah, we have to stop being competitive with each other, and this is what has to be practiced. And then we have Neptune still in Pisces and forming a nice and not so strong 120-degree angle to the moon. So there it is about our feelings of compassion, of empathy with each other. And now we have Jupiter in Pisces, but Jupiter here is kind of like an orphan. It is not nicely connected with other points of the chart, as you can see. It's quite alone here. And then here we have a Saturn and close to Mercury. So Saturn is the master of karma, and Saturn makes everything very serious and very heavy, and that here is in Aquarius. So Aquarius, that's the area of the so-called masses, the collective, and so here with Mercury and Saturn so close together, we are also developing new ideals about what is the collective, what is the society we're living in. And right now, this is not very much favored because there will be upheavals. We will see that on that full moon. Here is a 90-degree angle between Uranus, and that I have talked about already, which stands for very sudden events, astonishing upheavals. And here we have this kind of even an inhibition in thinking, because we cannot imagine how it could be better than it is now. But with this intensity of the Pluto-Sun conjunction, new new perspectives will open up. So this is about the next full moon, and I hope you all enjoy yourself at that day and look into the sky and give me a like, or else I stop doing this because I'm getting bored of it.